Hello, hello, hello. JoeHart here. Sorry, guys. I'm overextending myself for sure. So my schedule was, my description was second round for the men's basketball and then qualifying for SaudiArabianGP Formula One. And then also in the background is the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship, the 12-hour at Sebring. But and this was scheduled for 11:45, but I changed it to 11:25 and I started early, 11:26. Sorry. Got a lozenge to help my throat a bit. So I where's all that? I don't know where all that light is coming from. Let me see if I can adjust that. Hopefully that adjusted it. I think that might have improved it a bit. Sorry about that. Okay, so they're just finishing American Flat Track. Their races are recorded, but it's at Daytona Short Track. So Kristen Beat is the interviewer, and she used to be a Sprint Cup, and I think she's from Vermont. But she looks spectacular. You know, the Miss Sprint Cups have fire suits, so they don't look, they're not, you know. Anyway, she looks really nice now. So yeah, okay. So I'm watching FS1. So they're finishing up American Flat Track. I started this earlier because they're gonna do. I didn't check weather at all. Damn. So NASCAR Cup Series qualifying Atlanta Motor Speedway. And it's sunny as heck. Yeah, I didn't check the weather, but I don't need to. It's beautiful. Temperature 43 degrees, winds northwest 13 miles per hour. Forecast clear. And it's Mike Joy, Tony Stewart, and Clint Boyer. So I probably will focus mostly on the NASCAR Cup Series. Let me see. Oh, darn. I had another lozenge. So, okay, I did Nightbot. exclamation YouTube. So it goes to Facebook page, JoeHart Visible Disabilities Advocacy. It goes to my primary YouTube account, JoeHart PwD's. Then it goes to my backup account channel, which I need to probably modify, Francis Assistant. And then, of course, Twitch, which is JoeHart2. And then, so Nightbot produces. Please subscribe to my primary channel, JoeHart PwD's 8641. That's an arbitrary number that YouTube gave me. JoeHart PwD's, person with disabilities, plural, 8641. And my backup channel, Francis Assistant -NK1GC. That's Francis Assistant Nancy Kevin 1 George Charlie. And then I'll also do shorts, reels. Oh, no. I'll do I did another Nightbot, so it goes to those 4 channels again, and then it should show my 4 destinations. Come on, is that really true? Is that my kitty cat? Okay, so as you can tell on this Nightbot, all I typed was watch, and then I gave the 4 links. And as you probably can guess, since I'm super wordy and I use every single character that I can use, BJ McLeod is going on qualifying. He's the first one to qualify, as always. He finished 24th, 32nd, and something else that disappeared. 24th. I didn't know he was that good. He's always in the back. So he's going the first one out. I'll get back to this one. Let me go off screen. He skidded. He saved the car. He didn't hit the wall, but he spun. So yeah, no track on, no activity yesterday on the track. So it's a greens track from all the rain. There's a lot of dust up there, and bam, he spins. Live from Atlanta. Now let me get to BJ McLeod is off. I guess the next one is Todd Gilliland. I hope these are in order. It shows BJ McLeod, who spun out, didn't set a time. Todd Gilliland, JJ Yaley, Cody Ware, Ty Dillon, top five. First five, not top five, first five. So they're interviewing Corey LaJoy. What? They show him as 11th. Let's go to the bottom. 36th. Is that really in order? 36th is Kevin Harvick. Then Ryan Blaney, then Christopher Bell, and Kyle Busch, Tyler Reddick, Joey Logano. That seems like a strange final six. I don't. Oh, Harvick because of the points change. Is that really what it is? Chastain ought to be up there somewhere. As we all know, Louis, yeah, hey, what's up? Let me, I'm doing a NASCAR at least initially. Let me go back to the top here. So let's see here. So present, share screen. Sorry, I just woke up. Nah, no problem. I'm glad you're here. I've had I think one stream today so far, but yay, sorry, I just woke up. Are you Eastern Standard Time? I mean, I think you're in Mexico, but that can be Pacific time or Mountain time, or I think it has different time zones over there. Anyway, it's 11:39 for me, but yeah, I'm sure it's earlier for you. So, as we know, the Hendrick, which again, I don't want to miss my primary thing. Anyway, I'll talk about Hendrick real quick. As we know, Hendrick was penalized. It was the biggest penalty in history for an entire organization. Was the an individual driver has gotten penalized higher, but not an entire organization. So it's the highest ever. So anyway, William Byron. And I'm just going on the points reports, you know, because he won 2 races. He's, for me, it's 9:39. Yeah, wow, 2 hours behind. Mountain time, I guess. Okay, cool. So it's good to have you here, Louis. Thank you for all your likes and follows and stuff. That was very nice of you. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So I'm just going at the points. You know, William Byron won 2 races, so he, you know, when you win a race, you know, win and you get in, you're a little higher. But so William Byron went from 4th to 29th, I do believe. Kyle Larson went from 5th to 32nd. Alex Bowman went from 1st to 23rd or somewhere around there, somewhere around 24th. And then, you know, Chase Elliott didn't change. He can, you know, he was at 29 and he didn't move, but people went below him, so he became 26th. So he's almost the highest. But yes, yeah, I went out with my friends when we fished at 4 a.m. Well, yeah, I can't believe you're up now. That's incredible. It's good to see you, Louis. 4 a.m. OMG. So right now I'm destroyed. Well, I know that I used to, you know, I'm a recovering alcoholic addict. So I have had plenty of those nights. I don't do them anymore, but yeah, thank you. I'm glad you're here. Anyway, Justin Haley, he's actually 49th. He's minus 40 points. They deduct 100 points from 60 and he has a negative balance. That's too bad. So anyway, that's the big thing. I'm not a big fan of Hendrick and of course they modified the piece. Of course they did. Of course. It's like everybody in jail. Everybody in jail says, but I didn't do it. I'm innocent. Let me turn that down. That's too loud for us. So, okay. So let's do the so anyway, yeah, I'm going to summarize, the second round for men's basketball, of course. And then, the qualifying is at 1, which is an hour and 17 minutes. That's the most important event for me, is qualifying for SaudiArabianGP Formula 1. That's in an hour and 17 minutes. That's everything. Basketball, I'll probably generally talk about basketball until then, but this, I'm not really super excited about NASCAR this weekend. I know a lot of my viewers like NASCAR, and it's probably the most popular streams I do is the NASCAR ones. So I know I have to do them, but I warned everybody weeks ago that because of NCAA, the March Madness, that I would be sidelined from other things. But I don't want to be sidelined from Formula 1, so I still get into that. So, okay, let me look at this real quick. So on the TV, it looks like my screen is a little quicker than the TV. Currently Todd Gill, with 3 people scoring timing, BJ McLeod spun out, so he doesn't have a time. So after 4 drivers, 3 of them with times, it has Todd Gilliland, Cody Ware, JJ Yaley. This is a little in front of my TV, but my TV is YouTube TV. So it's always 10, 20, 30 seconds behind. So let's go. So let's remove that from screen and stop screen, and then present, and then share screen, and then share screen. March Madness. Okay, so let's March Madness really ought to be the primary thing. So thank you for the heart. Is that you, Louie? Thank you for the heart so much. I think that's from Facebook, is the heart. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. So let me go off screen here. Or let me come back on the screen. So you may or may not know, March Madness is originally 68 teams, but the first 4 is 8 teams go down to 4. And then that's kind of when the big dance starts. There's 64 teams. And then the first round happens. So there's 64 teams, which is 32 games. And then there's 32 winners. So first round is 64 to 32, which was Thursday and Friday. And now today and tomorrow is second round, which is 32 teams to 16 teams, which is 16 games. So there's 8 games today and 8 games tomorrow. So anyway, for today, and I'm not finding a source with all the information, like the time and the rankings of the teams and the TV channel. Anyway, I don't have the TV channel, but they're all shared between CBS. I think the first 3 are CBS. I think I happen to remember that, but they're all shared between CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV. Roughly every 4th one is a new channel, at least for the last 2 days and today and tomorrow. But then the Sweet 16, it gets anyway. Okay, so second round. The first game for the second round is today at 12:10, which is in 23 minutes. And I hope to. Oh, I can't be. Usually I'm off Anyway, never mind. So the first game today for second round is at 12:10. I think CBS. It's one of the upsets. Number 13 Furman is against number 5 San Diego State. The second game today is at 2:40. I think that's CBS again. Don't quote me exactly. These are two favorites, or mostly, two favorites. Number 4 Tennessee against number 5 Duke. And then the third game today is at 5:15, and I think that's at CBS. And then they start changing after the first three. At 5:15, it's number 1 these are both favorites too. If it's 8 and above, it's a favorite. If it's 9 and below, it's a long shot. So number 1 Kansas against number 9 Arkansas. And then the fourth game today, don't know the channel. It's at 6:10. Number 7 Missouri against number 15 Princeton. So I love long shots and underdogs and upsets. So number 13 Furman at 12:10, number 15 Princeton at 6:10. I'm going to be watching those in particular. And then the last, there's 8 games today. So the last 4 of them, the fifth game is at 7:10. Number 1 Houston against Auburn, number 9. Slight underdog, but they did win. Next one, 7:45. Number 2 Texas to number 10 Penn State. That's an upset. That's an underdog. Then the 7th game for the day, second to last game of the day, is at 8:40. They're all subject to change, of course. 8:40 about approximately. Number 2 UCLA, number 7 Northwestern. Those are all both above 8, so they're favorites. And then these last 2 are favorites too. So the last game of the day is 9:40 p.m. Number 1 Alabama against number 8 Maryland. So the last 4 games have 2 number 1s and 2 number 2s in it. I don't like favorites, so I'd rather cheer for the 7, 8, 9, 10s. And then the first 4 games have has a 1st, 4th, 5th, 7th. That's cool. I like that. So that's those games. Oof. Tennessee versus Duke. Yippee. That game is going to be interesting. You think so? What was wow, number 4 and 5. Ooh, man. You are right. You're picking the right one there. 4 and 5. Do you have a preference? I'm pretty certain you're, south of the border in Mexico, I believe. But do you have teams that you cheer for specifically? Is Tennessee or Duke one of them? So yeah, that should be pretty cool. So let me go back to, sorry, I'm flip-flopping back and forth. Let's see, stop that screen, present, share screen. I'm going to have to read that screen sometime. So 8 have times, 9 have attempted, and they have 9 on the TV screen. So time elapsed, 15:22. Best speed, 176.825. Oh, wait, did I put it on the screen? My bad. Oh, it is on the screen. Yes, I believe in Tennessee, the Vols, right? The Volunteers. It's a good team, and they have too many opportunities to win. Woohoo! Go Tennessee. Duke is what's it called? A perennial. Every year Duke is, something to contend with. Similar to Tennessee. Tennessee is very, very powerful and talented most years. So I think that will be something else. So anyway, let me go back to this. So with 8 times and 9 attempts, Eric Almirillo is on top. Then Justin Haley, Noah Gregson, Todd Gilliland, Ty Dillon, Cody Ware, Harrison Burton. J.J. Yaley is the 8th and the last timed, and then B.J. McLeod attempted but didn't. And it looks like Eric Almirillo, I'm sorry, the other Eric. Eric. So the next up for qualifying, I do believe, is Eric Jones, Corey LaJoy, Ty Gibbs, Josh Berry, Austin Cendric are the next 5. Now, normally these are by, practice times or qualifying. I guess they're, they didn't practice because they don't practice. It's not because of the rain. 2 qualifying were canceled yesterday because of the rain, the Xfinity and the truck. But anyway, to look at the bottom, which I think these are in order of the qualifying, to start at the bottom. So the last one to qualify and working up. 36th, Kevin Harvick, Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell, Kyle Busch, Tyler Reddick, Joey Logano, William Byron. Those are certainly the first 5 names are not typical. Joey Logano is usually at top, and William Byron, was until his points were deleted, or he lost all those points. So anyway, it's strange. But generally, the way these things work is the provisional, the provisional poll winner, which is, that's what they're qualifying. What's up? Not much. How you doing? So, how you doing, Greer? We're just, we're doing multiple things right now. I mean, I'm back and forth a lot, but we're doing the NASCAR Cup Series qualifying. It appears that 9 people have attempted. BJ McLeod spun out, so he doesn't have a time, but the other 8 have times. And like I said, the way these good. Well, that's good to hear. The way these this seems to be a different qualifying order, especially because of many things. The Hendrick were all 4 penalized, so they're way out of order where they're supposed to be. And Atlanta Motor Speedway, as of the last year and a half, it has become supposedly a super speedway, even though it's a mile and a half. But they re-grounded up and they redid the surface, so it is exactly like a super speedway. We used to have 2, Daytona International Speedway and Talladega Super Speedway, but now this is its 3rd. So they all 3 of them don't have practices. They're still evolving on practicing. COTA is next weekend, and like 3 days ago or 4 days ago, NASCAR modified the procedure for COTA. So they're still evolving about so let's see. And in Mexico, there are many people who see the college sports and more American football on the Formula One right now. It's so popular in Mexico for Checo. It's Checo, right? For Checo Perez. And right now, more because the father of Checo wants another circuit in Cancun, Mexico. Really? Well, I mean, Checo, I'm sure, is one of the most popular people in Mexico. And so his father would be, practically just as famous. And he wants another circuit in Cancun. That would be cool. So, and in Mexico, there are many people who see the college sports and more American football and the Formula One right now. It's so popular in Mexico for Checo Perez. And right now more because the father of Checo wants another circuit in Cancun, Mexico. That is so cool. Now, I know for Europe, I mean, I do a lot of, I cover motorsports all over the world, Russia and Australia and Japan. And so I'm trying to become acquainted with their, and so, in Europe, of course, they talk football. Football is their soccer. So I call it football usually when I'm communicating with them. But, you said American football, but I'm just wondering, in Mexico, is Mexico similar to Europe where like soccer probably is still more popular than American football? It's probably more of a international sport than American football is. Yes, Checo right now it's the most popular, and another Mexican guy who right now has to be selected to play with Cowboys in the NFL. Oh my goodness. Wow, you're kidding. And I'm sure you know what the Cowboys are called. They're called the American football team. They're America's team. So he is picking about the greatest team, the time. I mean, I don't know what they're ranked, but they will always be known as America's football team. They are the team. So that's pretty cool. Go Checo and crew. I don't really follow American football. I don't know anything about it, but I'm aware of. I might watch the Super Bowl and maybe some of the playoffs, but I'm not. I'm mostly engrossed in motorsports and stuff. So they have, oh my goodness, Barry on track and Yaley 10th place, which is way behind. They might be want to be showing first place, Amarillo, because he's way up there. So there's 10. Let me go back over here. So according to the TV, there's now 13 people that have placed the time. What do we got here? 12 plus. Okay, so it's 13 over here too. So Eric Amarillo is still number one. Justin Haley, Josh Berry, Noah Gregson, Todd Gilliland, Ty Dillon, Eric Jones, Corey LaJoy, Cody Ware, Harrison Burton, JJ Yaley. Ty Gibbs is the slowest. Something happened. Ty Gibbs, 11th is 1.2 seconds away, and Ty Gibbs is 3.2 seconds away. So something happened. I didn't notice. 34.582 is the time, and 160.315 is the. Yeah, something happened. What happened? I'd like to find out. So Cindric is right on top of Burton. Why are they? They got that ghost car, on TV, on what are we on? Fox Sports 1. They show the ghost car, but they usually try to make it competitive. So if the driver is slow enough to be compared to the drop-off point, they show it to that. But if they're fast enough to be toward the front, they show the ghost car over the front. So I mean, Cindric just dropped in the second, and they were showing him against number 10. I mean, they ought to figure out these ghost cars, and probably from now on, it ought to be the front. They're only going to get faster. So it's kind of strange. Okay, so the most popular sport in Mexico is baseball and soccer. Oh my goodness. I didn't know baseball. I didn't know that was true. But right now, the F1 and many sports are popular in Mexico because the soccer player has a lot of bad reputation. Ha, ha, ha. So we researched for another sport. Now, I don't know anything about soccer. I just know, the real famous ones. I can't even think of their names, but I might know 3 names. I mean, I can't recall any of the names right now, so I don't know any soccer players. But the Fernando Curbana, or I can't think of the. Anyway. So I don't know much about soccer, so I certainly don't know the bad reputation. But you said ha ha ha, so I'm guessing that might be they had activities off of the track, probably to do off of the pitch. I guess it's called a pitch, which probably entailed females and that kind of stuff. Is that the bad reputation? That's too bad. So we researched for another sport. But there's a lot of bad reputation. And it could be that he's just a playboy. He's single and Austin Dillon. They're always showing the last 3 races. 9th, 27th, 16th. That I didn't expect him to do that well. So wow, thanks, Louie. Thank you for all your posting. That I really appreciate that. I'm not a big fan of typing. So recently I speak, I dictate, so if I was typing what you're typing, I'd go nuts. That's so many words. I'm sorry that you have to type so much, but I don't know if you do, if you speak it. I can't, I go nuts if I was writing that much, but I appreciate that much writing. I just feel bad for him. Like, I hope he's using a microphone. Now I have to edit when I use the microphone. a few words are misspelled, so I have to modify that stuff, because of my twang or whatever. Okay, so it shows 16 on TV. I want to go off screen and just make sure it's 16. Oh, wait, 12:02. So basketball starts in 13 minutes. IMSA started less than 2 hours ago. And I think there's a fourth event that I'm covering, but I can't think of it. So on TV, there's 16 times. And on this, there's 15 plus BJ McLeod. So, yeah. So 16 including BJ on the TV and 16 including BJ on the thing in front of us. So Eric Amarillo is still the top. Let me see until 41. Ryan Priest. Once Ryan Priest places, let me wait until this Ryan Priest places. Ryan Priest stepped into 8th. So, okay, Amarillo's still the top. Cindric, Dillon, Haley, Barry, Gregson, Gilliland, Priest, Ty Dillon, Jones, Allmendinger, LaJoy, Ware, Burton, Yealy, Gibbs, McLeod. And they have a cutoff line between 10 and 11. I'm still learning, or I'm still relearning about their qualifying because they've made some changes recently and I haven't been really up to speed on it. And Louis, I'll get to that comment. Sorry about that, because I asked the question, but I'll be right there. So I think it's 2 rounds, and it looks like the top 10 go for the second round. So this is 47. Ricky Stenhouse wins this season. William Byron, they put things up on the screen, and then they take them down. 47, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., whose last 3 finishes, 12th, 24th, 19th. They're showing last 3 finishes for every driver that they put on the screen. There it is. Oh, no, he's against 10th place. So Stenhouse's car is almost on top of Eric Jones's ghost car in 10th place. So I guess there are slow cars like, I can't believe Stenhouse won. So Stenhouse just slotted into 10th, but now they're still next to qualify. Suarez, they put these names up and they cross them off. Let me get those names. So 17 to qualify. And plus, so we're exactly halfway. BJ McLeod spun out, so he's 18th and then 17 times. So next are Suarez, Wallace, Bubba Wallace, and Alex Bowman, Michael McDowell. Okay, back to the comment. Okay, back to the No problem. Take your time, Louis. So, Louis, it's because they have a high technology team and they don't achieve results. That's why they have a bad reputation, because many people don't have the resources they have. And people who don't have these resources excel in sports. Yeah, the ones that are just good and they don't. Yeah, that's too bad. I don't mean to laugh. That's a bummer. It's because they have a high technology team and they don't achieve results. That's why they have a bad reputation, because many people don't have the resources they have, and people who don't have those resources still excel in sports. So that is great. Sorry, right now I can speak and write English like at 70%. I think your writing is perfect. So I take my time to write. Sorry for being late. No, take your time. And I mean, I describe myself as I have a black belt in typos. So one day when I get super busy and I have a ton of comments, I usually recommend people, don't correct your typos. I'll be able to read your typos. And if I can't, I'll tell you, and then you can, then correct your typo. A lot of people don't listen, they want to correct their typo, but I think I have a black belt in typos. So I wouldn't say you had any typos, but maybe 1 or 2 extra words or stuff. And I just went right over it. I got your message. I knew what you were saying. So I think your English is great. And 70%, that's a great level. There's many Americans. I mean, true, there's many Americans that, their English is 70, 85%, so it's, there's a lot of people that aren't learning that stuff. So let us see. It's 12:17. I do want to, I have YouTube TV, and with YouTube TV, you can go to 3 devices. So I'm going to get my other device. I always miss the pre-shows. There goes Daniel Suarez. Atlanta finishes 4th and 6th. Wow, Daniel Suarez was 4th and 6th. Go Suarez. I love Suarez. So let me get this up and running. Excuse me for the additional noises. So let me get that going. So now TV doesn't show how many total times they have, so I can't really compare the two. But let me go off screen. So this shows 17 plus BJ, and Suarez is up. So, yeah, okay. It appears that the bubble is 10. And again, they're showing, although now they're doing it right, they're showing the ghost Suarez slotted into 9th. So that knocks Stenhouse out. Now they have 2. No, okay, that was new. Bubba Wallace is going out. He was 13th and 14th for the previous 2 Atlanta finishes. So that's always a cool thing. Sorry, sometimes I just say words automatically. So let me go live. So CBS, ooh, golly. So Furman, San Diego. Now, my iPad usually is the device that's my iPad over here, which it's now on a TV channel, so I can't show it. But iPads, to me, always seem to be the least powerful device. It's like applications are written for the iPhone, but either they're not written for the iPad at all, or they modify it. Yeah, I try to be better, but in my school, teach me American English and British English. Oh, wow. So too many times I confuse. But I appreciate you and thank you very much for your words. Yeah, Lou, you're kicking butt. It's there's I'm online and I watch a lot of random stuff, and so I watch TikToks and stuff like that. And there's this one Irish woman who says, "Let me translate everything from Irish to English." So it's funny, it's like, for the loo, and that's not her example. That's a British thing, but the loo is the bathroom. And she was like, and in America, it's called rest room. She kind of makes fun of us, but she had some killer words. I'm like, I'm Irish descent, but I don't know, Gaelic or anything, or the Celtic, or I don't know any of that stuff. But it's really funny. But there's a lot of British people that do that too. They're like, these 10 words mean this, and so yeah, it's I think it's great that you learn American English and British English. I mean, the Brits have been around a lot longer than us. They're definitely they've been around. We're the newcomers. So Suarez already went down to 11th. Who kicked him out? Bowman is up to 4th. Wallace is up to 5th. Let me who do we got? Michael McDowell. So as soon as Michael McDowell places, So last three finishes, 18th, 25th, 13th. Phoenix, 13th. That's pretty good. So Furman has now started. Is it 12:15? It started 11 seconds ago. My laptop says 12:12. Games don't ever start early. They start exactly on time. Anyway, it started 3 minutes. Exactly. And when you try to speak with English, they look you like you're weird for no, say wata to the wata to the water. and I mean, I'm always, my opinion about languages is that America, the United States of America, I mean, we even think America means us. But guess what? There's North America, which is 3 countries. There's Central America, which is dozens or a dozen or whatever. And then South America, which is dozens or a dozen, So we even steal that word. We think we're the Americans. America is us. And it is, people. But anyway, my only point is the United States of America, most people only know one language and they expect the rest of the world to know one language, our language. And so that's so grandiose and that's so, selfish. And that's so, I mean, there's tons of people that walk around and say, I know 2 languages. I know 4 languages. I know 6 languages. So I think it's just amazing how Truex just dropped into 16th. Oh my goodness. That's no good. Now, Chris Buescher is going out. That's a bummer. I wanted Truex to be higher, but so anyway, yeah, that's I think it's great, but yeah, exactly. And when try to speak with British, they look at you like weird for no, say wata, wota, wota to the water. I don't do accents very well. I did own a theater, but I'm not an actor. But my wife, my ex-wife, she was a phenomenal actor and accents and stuff. So I guess I try to fake it sometimes. But okay, let's look here. Can't see the total. Let me go to the let me go off screen here. So the total, of course, is 36 drivers that are going to qualify. So they all get in. There are 23 that have attempted, 22 with times. No one is close to Ty Gibbs. I'd love to find out what happened to Ty Gibbs. I might type it in here. So, what the heck happened to Ty Gibbs? I call him Punk. He's punky. So Anthony Scaramucci, Grant Cardone, Sebastian Gorda. Will Trump be arrested? On Tuesday. What's today? Saturday? Yeah, that's a couple days from now. Wouldn't that be nice? Anyway, so yeah, Ty Gibbs is a punk is what I call him. A big moment for Ty Gibbs. I guess he's spinned. Okay, spin. Almost hit the wall. Okay, makes sense. Okay, so let me go back off screen again. Okay, so Ryan, 4 Fords in the top. Oh, wait, 5 Fords in the top 5. Amarillo, Buescher, Briscoe, Cindric, McDowell are the top 5. They're all Fords. Then 2 Chevys, then a Toyota. Then 3 Chevys, then 2 Fords. So top 5 are Fords. Now they still have a bunch to go. I think that was Briscoe. So Briscoe is done. So 25. So 11 more to go. The next is Kyle Larson is on the track. So Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Ross Chastain, Brad Keselowski, William Byron, Joey Logano are the next up. So I'm going to just stay on the bottom. Well, okay, I'll stay there. Yeah, right now my dream is speak 6 languages and try to work on F1 because I will study social media, marketing, aerodynamic engineering, and I really want to work on the car or in F1 social media, like in Mercedes, AlphaTauri, Red Bull, McLaren, something like that. Louis, you go for it. Are you on LinkedIn? I'm disabled. I don't have a job, but I have OCD. So on LinkedIn's a little harder now, but when I first started on LinkedIn, you could friend anyone, ask anyone to be first connections, and then a lot of them did become first connections. But anyway, for Formula One, the 10 teams, I have quite a few first connections because of that. And in Formula E, which I really like, you know, however many, I don't know how many teams there are now, 12 teams. You know, I have much less first connections, but still quite a few. So it's pretty cool. I mean, I can, with a first connection, you can write a direct message. Now, I don't do it too often. I wanted to go to Miami. I wanted to go to Miami, Florida last year for Formula One's inaugural race there last year. It's coming up in about a month and a half, but I don't think I'll go this year. But I went last year as the inaugural, and I was desperate. I was trying to get media passes or ticket passes or whatever I could get. So I wrote my first connection. They're like, who is this Joe Hart? But anyway, I don't know if you're on YouTube, and I don't know how Mexico may have another social media besides LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is not as easy to do these years as far as, you know, I'm OCD. So I was able to follow, or, you know, I use the word follow loosely for all the platforms, but I asked people to be a first connection, like, you know, 100 people in a day. And I do that on most platforms, but I would be accused of a bot. They'd be like, you're a bot. We're going to pause you for a minute. And I'm like, A, I'm human. B, I'm disabled. I have OCD. So I do it really, you know, don't hold that against me because I have OCD. Don't treat me like a bot. You know, they're like, oh, golly, what do we do? And they had to figure out what to do with disabilities, you know, because of American, you know, anyway. But but that I don't really even ask people to be my first connections much anymore. But I think it's, you know, I think if you do it 5 times, they're like, whoa, do you know these people or are you spamming them? You know, so I think it's really hard to do. But anyway, I'm not saying you'll just walk into a job, but it is kind of, I don't want to name names and I don't really have them off the top of my head, but there's, I think of team principals. I think of the 10 team principals. I think 2 of them are my first connections. Team principal. And then as far as engineers go, you know, the higher echelon of engineers, as far as engineers go, I'm sure over 100 Formula One engineers have me as a first connection. Again, I'm not bragging. It was easy to do back then. But anyway, LinkedIn is pretty cool. LinkedIn is pretty cool. Yeah, right now my dream is to speak 6 languages and try to work on F1 because I will study social media, marketing, aerodynamic engineering, and I really want to work on the car or in Formula One social media. It sounds like, I mean, you're dead on it. Mercedes, they're going through a lot of changes and, you know, they're getting ragged on because they're not producing as well. But I mean, and I don't know what's rumors and what's not, but I think the verified stories is that 100 or more Mercedes people have left the team. So there's got to be openings. There's got to be openings. So again, on LinkedIn, you know when they post a job and then you can, I I don't have a resume. I have an old resume. I have a paper resume. I've never scanned it. I've never put it in. I've never made it, I've never updated. I haven't worked for 11, 12 years, so I haven't updated it and stuff. But I'm sure you have a resume. So when a job is posted, I only go for the ones that you can quick apply or whatever, and you can do it without a resume, which of course they won't call me. And I don't really want the job, but I would do social media. I would do social media for Formula E and maybe Formula One. I'm disabled. I don't want a job. I'm not good at jobs. I'm not going to get a job. Blah, 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 blah. But anyway, LinkedIn. If you're not on it, get on it. And if you are on it, start first connections. First search them. I started by, I just started asking everybody to be, they kind of, depending on who you have in your first connections, they kind of invite other people to show up on your timeline. And so I was just like, blah, 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 I'm sorry for choking here. Anyway, it's a pretty cool thing. But what I do to fine tune that is I find the main master account for the Formula One team. And some are simple. Mercedes has one account. There's nothing else that makes sense. Red Bull Racing has one account. Now I'm trying to think. McLaren has 5 accounts. There's McLaren F1, which kind of is the main one, but there's also, I don't know all the names. McLaren, auto engineering and McLaren car, there's a bunch of them. And they're about equal. There's 500 people here. There's 300 people here. There's 200 people here. And I'm like, But most of them, like AlphaTauri, I'm sure there's just one. Red Bulls, there's one. McLaren, there's a bunch. But anyway, I try to start there. And then, again, everything is based on what you have, what I have. So who I have as first connections, the next closest, like a second connection, you can ask them to be a first connection. A third connection, you can't communicate with. So you try to start with the people closer to you. Anyway, Anyway, you probably already know what I'm thinking about LinkedIn. And if you are on LinkedIn, I do believe if you follow me, which is not the reason I'm trying to talk you into this, but I think once you follow me, then some of my connections get a little closer to you. Not on top of you. It won't be the team principal, Zach Brown, immediately asking you to follow him, but it just gets closer. 7, Byron just slotted into 7th. Yes, it's too hard, but I try to be producer or engineer on the Formula One. If I can't work on that, I try to look for something that gives me the opportunity to see F1 in the circuits, because in Mexico, it's really expensive. Amen. That's like Ferrari and Mercedes and I'm looking for a job at Formula One and at FIA and at Liberty Media, the owner of Formula One. So so many times, it's most of them say local or resident, or I forget how they classified it, and they give the town, like Formula One has like 2 or 3 cities in the UK area. So they tell you where the job is mostly. And it will say 10% travel. And I'm like, I want the ones that are 80, 90% travel. And they're there, maybe I've seen one job every 2 years, it's not very often, but they're there. And that's what I want. I don't want to move to UK and live in, which I can't do this. I'm disabled. I have an animal. I have a daughter. I can't do this, but I don't want to move to the UK and then work in London. I want to work for a company based out of London and go to 23 races a year, which everybody wants to, at Mercedes, the 700 employees that work there, all of them want to go to 23 races too. And they have priority over me because I don't work there at all, but I don't work there yet. But I think it's good to go for the moon, go for as high as you want to go, and it's going to work out. So anyway, yeah, that's cool. And it is incredibly expensive. I've been to a couple Formula One races. The Miami was the most overwhelming experience I've been to about 150, 160 motorsports events, all of them, mostly NASCAR, but I've been to a lot of them. Let's see, when's the second game? No, okay, this is the first 3 March Madness games are all on CBS, so that means they're one after another. So that gives us a breather. 12:15, 2:35, 5:15, whatever it is. So but anyway, it's cool stuff. It's cool. Oh, so yeah, Mexico was anyway. I had this opportunity to do some media stuff, and a comparable. And I forget what I did last week. So of course I forget what I did a year ago. But I'm trying to remember. But there was this media situation that included like food and stuff like that, and the wow, they're showing Logano leader and Austin Dillon 10th place, and they're right next to each other. That's why they're having trouble picking which one to show. But Kyle Busch is right by the 10th place one, which is his teammate. Austin Dillon is right next to Kyle Busch, but he's behind. Come on, Kyle. Go, go, go. He slotted into 14th. That is horrible. But anyway, there is this, Miami sold out, and I think Las Vegas is doing this for this coming year, but Miami sold out. So they're like, how can we get more people in? So they were offering tickets that you had no seat to sit in, which, a lot of people, it's outside. It's a street circuit, who needs a seat? And so they were selling these things, but anyway, a non-seat chair, golly, I forget what it was. I think it was 800, 1,000, 1,200. So I think for Friday, Saturday, Sunday was 800, 1,000, 1,200 with no seat, I think. That sounds a little high. But that's about it. It was like $3,000, and I just walked right in. So it was the coolest thing. But the closest F1 to me is out of country. It's in Montreal, Canada, and I've been there like 4 or 5 times, and I love it there. And it's relatively inexpensive. I try to buy a ticket that's the entire weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I like to do all the events, not just the race. And until recently, it's been less than $100. So it's $99 for the 3 days. And I'm like, this is cool. And not that I have that money to burn, but when I'm going to fundraise, I'd rather fundraise for, less than $100 rather than, $2,000 for. And I might still go as a media. I wouldn't mind going to Las Vegas, but I don't know how I can afford the gas. But so let's go off screen here. Let's keep it up, Lewis, keep doing what you're doing. So let's go down here. What do we got? There's 3. Oh, BJ. So there's only 2 people left. Ryan Blaney is qualifying now, and Kevin Harvick will be second. Logano's on top currently. Ooh, Blaney's in front of the ghost car. Why is he so effing fast? Blaney went to the top. I wish he would start winning more. I like Blaney. But now Kevin Harvick is the last person to qualify. So I want to print this up. Print up lineup. It usually takes some time, 15, 20, 30 minutes for them to compile that. But I want to get it as soon as possible because I'll forget. And then the race will happen. I'm like, where's the starting lineup? So they're not showing the ghost cars yet, but so Harvick is the last one. Harvick's behind the leader and 10th place for the ghost cards. So that's not real hopeful. So it looks like it's going to be Blaney, Logano, Amarillo. So Harvick slotted into 10th. So he gets to do the second round. Yeah, Blaney. Okay, so the 10 that advance. Yeah, I'm still learning that there's 2 rounds. So the top 10 that advance to the second round to do it again. And I think the second round goes for the pole. But it's Blaney, Logano, Amarillo, Keselowski, Buescher, Briscoe, Bell, Larson, Cindric, Harvick. And I believe I just saw one Toyota. Holy moly, look at those Fords. Top 6 are Fords, but this is just round 1. These aren't final qualifications, but top 6 are Fords. And then 9 and 10. So out of the top 10 that's advancing to round 2, there's 1 Toyota and 1 Chevrolet. Kyle Larson is 8th. That's the only Chevrolet in the top 10. Wow. Which, you know, I'm sure the Hendrick guys are pissed off, but let me see here. Kyle Larson, 8th. William Byron, 11th. Alec Bowman, 14th. Where's Barry? Josh Berry, 21st. Which, you know, he's not. We can't hold him to the same standard. So, as far as basketball goes, number 13 seed Furman is ahead, 17-15 with 10 minutes and 22 seconds in first half. San Diego State is 5th ranked. They're 5th seed. They're called seed. 5th seed and Furman's 13th seed. I love underdogs. So 12:35. I don't know how long this second round is going to take. I hope it's less than 25 minutes because that's when Formula One will start. So I'm going to be multitasking all over the place. And Formula One, and that's qualifying. So that's where we're going to see Checo show up. I mean, he has shown up, but we need it to we need Checo to be on the pole and the winner of the race. I would love that. I'm already unfulfilled by Max being so dominant and dominating and domineering and dynasty. And I know it's only been 2 years. Plus the first year was controversial and but I would have never made it. I mean, I followed Formula One throughout all of Lewis Hamilton's wins of the championship, but I didn't like it. And if I was doing this, I would not have tolerated 5 years or whatever it was. And Red Bull with Sebastian Vettel, who I love Sebastian Vettel now, and I wish he didn't retire, and I loved him as an underdog and older. He seemed to be a much better person older. But I would have never. They're showing Chicago July 1st and 2nd as the commercial. I really thought I was going to be going to that, but I think I don't know. I think I'm done with motorsports events. I don't know. I'll see how that works. But Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Eric Almirola, Brad Kozlowski, Chris Buescher, Chase Briscoe, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, Austin Cindric, Kevin Harvick advanced the final round. The basketball is tied 17-17 in the first half with 8:54 to go. And San Diego State's bringing the ball in. So anyway, like I said, I hope this second round will be done by 1. I would doubt it's not going to be. So I'm going to have to change everything. My main, it's not a TV, it's a computer monitor, but my main computer monitor will change the Formula One, of course. But then I think the NASCAR will go to the iPad just until it finishes, and then it'll switch back to basketball. I told everybody the last week or so that the basketball would be the top priority. And it is, but, you know, like when people ask me, you know, who are the 4, you know, who's the 3 most popular, who are the 3 most talented NASCAR drivers? You know, I'll put 7 names in it, which I don't like that. I don't like to talk about anybody that's not current. I like current drivers. That's what I care about. But anyway, I believe Formula One and March Madness is kind of neck and neck. Formula One, hopefully, I don't know. March Madness is supposed to be higher, but I might have 2 or 3 in the top 1. And NASCAR Cup Series, you know, I care how they qualify. So anyway, so 12:39. I guess I won't switch yet. I'm gonna set an alarm just so I don't. My phone is always making noises. So I'm going to set an alarm. So it's 12:39, and so I want to do, poop. Okay, let's qualifying. Okay, so let me I've got the iPad on NASCAR. Yeah, I think it says starting soon, but I think it started. It should have been. Sorry, guys. It should have been 12:30 on ESPN3. It was very confusing the way it was written. I don't think ESPN3 will show. So it shows qualifying on ESP News or ESPN News. It only has one N, so I think it's ESP News, which is dumb because it's a channel for ESPN. But ESP News, that shows at 1 o'clock or 12:55 or something like that. In 13 minutes, which is 12:54. So, okay, it starts 5 minutes early, but it was supposed to start at 12:30, and that's why I got upset. I was like, oh, I'm just wondering, okay, so it's in 13 minutes. So I guess it's not, I just don't like watching the pre-shows. It's USC. I don't like those shows. Anyway. ESPN News. Okay, so now I have to set up here. So it's 12:43. The broadcast starts at 12:55. So 12:53. That's only in 10 minutes, but I can forget anything. I can forget absolutely anything, especially in a timely fashion. Plus, that's set for AM. I would have never gotten up or not get up. Okay. So let me go off screen. It looks like it's still non-live. Woo! So it still shows, best time. Something just switched. Time elapsed. Okay, up top it says green, time elapsed 104. Below it says non-live blue, 58:52. So it sounds like it's just starting. And I think they go in reverse. So, I think Kevin Harvick goes out first because he's 10th. I think they go in reverse order as far as the time goes. The slowest goes first, the fastest goes last. But it's still not changing the color. It still shows anyway, let me come back onto the screen. So 12:45, I want to get the Formula One live timing set up, pretty quickly or pretty soon and stuff. But anyway, the basketball is not currently on any screen here. Let me go off screen here. There's only one game, but I would like to. Scoreboard. I don't know if that's live. Oh, there we go. I really can't understand the NASCAR. Haha. It's so confused for me more than Formula One. Haha. But with you, I understand a little bit more. Well, I hope I can help. I'm, with my disabilities, I know I'm all over the place and stuff, but NASCAR is where I started at, of course. I mean, then I added IndyCar, and then Formula One was probably one of the last to be added. But, I go through changes with what I like the most, but anyway, I wish they would go live here, but it doesn't appear that they're gonna. But yeah, thanks, Louie. So let's see here. So stop screen, present. I'm gonna just show. I found a new Wait, what happened? Okay. So this is from Twitter, from their linked tree thing. So I guess that's pretty active. Second round, 5 minutes, 25 seconds left in the first half on CBS. And see, like I said, the first three are CBS. So CBS is live now, then 240, then 515. And then it goes TNT, TBS, CBS, TNT, TBS, and that's the 8 for today. I think that's women, right? Michigan and I don't know what that is. It shows Michigan and Vanderbilt live. I think that's women. Don't know. Well, what happened? I thought Furman was ahead. So San Diego State, 5th seed San Diego State is ahead 25-17 against Furman, seed 13. I could have sworn they were ahead. That's a big drop. 8. For me, the first sport in car is F1, and then our IndyCar, and the last one be NASCAR. Well, there's a whole bunch of others. IMSA, probably is much closer to what you're talking about, which, by the way, IMSA is going on. IMSA being to the more difficult. I being to the more difficult to the more simple. Ha, ha, ha. I think anything can be, figured out. I think Formula One can be kind of complicated. So I think it's whatever you're more comfortable with and, what you know about. But IMSA, which is going on right now, there is the official name, the 71st Mobile One 12 Hours of Sebring for the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. So it's a 12-hour race. It started at 10:10. So it started 2 hours and 40 minutes ago, and then it goes for 12 hours. So whatever, less than 9 hours and something left. And I've been to Sebring quite a bit. I've been to IMSA quite a bit, and I've been to this 12-hour a few times too. So I've been to most of these events. So I'm like, what? Really? Yeah. So IMSA is, I don't know if you know about IMSA. IMSA probably is the 5th most knowledgeable series for me. So I'm not very knowledgeable, but they have that BOP. They have that balance of power so that, and I wanted to, I wish I did it. I wanted to at least look at the entry list. Maybe I'll try to look for that in a few minutes, but I wanted to find the entry list and show all the manufacturers. But in IMSA, the balance of power, you can have mini cars, you can have Mini Coopers racing against Mercedes, and you can have Hyundais racing against Ferraris, and you can have, whatever extreme you want to come up with. You can have really all car manufacturers that you can think of racing against each other. So they have the balance of power. That's real engineering and technical. I don't understand it, but they try to throttle the Ferraris and Mercedes and try to soup up the Mini Coopers so that everybody is kind of on the same level playing field, which of course you can't do because there's so many different cars. But IMSA is kind of cool. So yeah, A 12-hour. Plus, you may know about, I call it FIA-WEC. I don't think that's the way it's called. I know the FIA, the FIA, is pronounced by the letters. That's pronounced FIA. The WEC, I'm not sure if it's WEC or WEC or whatever, but it's World Endurance Championship, and they're the ones who host the 24-hour du Le Mans, the Le Mans 24-hour race. And Hendrick in NASCAR is, Hendrick's trying to enter into that race for the first time this year, and so it's a big deal for, Hendrick and stuff. But anyway, FIA-WEC just finished the 10-hour race there last night. So they were the supporting series. I mean, in Europe, they would not be the supporting series. They would be the top series. But here, they're the supporting series. So they were last night 10 hours. And and the NASCAR is too dangerous? No. More for the long of races and the space between cars. I have my opinion about danger. The way I've been looking at NASCAR, I think the most dangerous series, certainly the most dangerous series that has the most deaths, the most dangerous series with the most deaths, of course, without a doubt, is IndyCar. IndyCar has the most deaths. They didn't Halo. What's it called? Anyway, Formula One calls it a halo, but IndyCar calls it something else. But just a couple years ago, neither one of them had that on their car, which is a huge lifesaver. But 12:53. So in 2 minutes, this broadcast is supposed to change. I don't like UFC. I don't like that violence and stuff. So okay, yeah, halo for Formula One. Do you know what it's called for IndyCar? But so IndyCar is by far the most dangerous. The way I look at NASCAR, I think it started with Joey Logano, who at a Dover International Raceway, he got hit, and Dover is really steep. And so the car tumbled sideways. It barrel rolled probably 7 or 8 times, and then it miraculously ended up facing up. And he gets out of the car and he's like, "Where's my backup?" And that's been eight years. And last year was the new car and stuff. But anyway, back then I started saying drivers assume it's a video game. Let me put in the next quarter. Let me put in the next quarter. Let me get a backup car for me. Let me put in the next quarter. So it's so safe that they think they can do anything. Now, I don't know if you're referring to really recent things, but NASCAR Cup Series, the top series, NASCAR Cup, NASCAR Xfinity Series started a new car like 3 or 4 years ago, but not NASCAR, which was to test for NASCAR Xfinity Series. So, as far as the video games, these guys their car will be totaled, which a car is supposed to disintegrate, because then the car takes all the G-forces and then the body does not take the G-forces. But anyway, if you're talking about NASCAR recently, it does have some danger problems. Xfinity was the test. They changed their car 4 or 5 years ago, and then it seemed to work out. And then NASCAR Cup Series last year, 2022, was the first year of this new car. So this year is the second year. So this is brand new to this new car. So they wanted the car to be able to wreck and hit the wall and spin and blow a tire and keep racing. So they wanted a pretty durable car, which they got. They definitely got a very durable car, but everybody didn't think of what's the downside to that. If the car doesn't fall apart, what does fall apart? The driver's head. So last year, after many, 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 many years, but last year they had 3 people with concussions. They had, Kurt Busch, who still has not been cleared to drive a car, and it's been, 7 months. And then Alex Bowman was sidelined, and I can't think of the third person, but 3 people were sidelined for concussions, which is good. I'm glad they, but so yeah, brand new, fresh stuff for that new car. And Kevin Harvick is very outspoken, and he's an elder statesman, and he was like, "You all better care about our brains. You don't care about our brains," and all this stuff. And they're like, "Wow, if you don't think NASCAR is listening, and if you don't think they're modifying, you've got the wrong story here." So it is 12:57. Formula One is on my broadcast. It's going to start in 3 minutes. That's the key for me. Let me get that basketball off. Well, let me go off screen to look at it one last time. So it shows so San Diego State is ahead 30-21 to Furman. That's 5th seed to 13th seed. It's the first half with 2 minutes and 31 seconds left. And that's the only game going on. The next one is at 2:40. So only one game going on right now. So I hear engines. What is it, 12:58? Why are they starting engines by now? I wonder if my time is off. I have 12:58. What's my iPhone? 12:58. Yeah, well, I don't know why they're starting engines. Okay, so let's stop that screen. Formula One. No, I don't want that. Let's go to here. There we go. Okay. So present screen. Share screen, share. So sometimes I take my face off, but I might keep my face on. So the most dangerous car sport, it's Indy, like you said. Even with they don't call it a halo, but whatever they call that thing, even with that, it's still the most dangerous. They have the most deaths. And you're right, the IndyCar doesn't have the halo. That's the reason for Daniel Ricciardo stayed on F1, because he was really scared with IndyCar. And, like Jimmy Johnson, who's a 6-time champion in NASCAR, and he went to IndyCar, and he was wrecking the car, and he's married. He's older. He's married. He has 2 beautiful daughters. I think 2, maybe more, 3rd. And, it's like, Jimmy, don't jump into the most dangerous. And they do have a halo substitute. I was at the IndyCar where I was at the race where who's the really tall guy? He was a advocate for anyway, I talked to him because of my invisible disabilities, and I wanted him to be an advocate. And Justin Wilson. I was at the race at Pocono where he didn't die in the race. He died days later because of that race. And he had no halo. So plus he is super tall. He was 6'6". So his head is outside of the car. He flipped, hit his head. He was in bad shape, and then he passed away a couple days later. Okay, they're going. They are going. 17:52. Oh, that's for 18 minutes. Okay, so it just started 12 seconds ago on the TV. Let me get back. Let me see tires. Where's my tires? Albon, soft, Sargent, unknown. I don't know why they're showing 2. There should be more. There it is. Albon, Sargent, DeVries is soft. Sonoda is soft. Top 4 out is on their first lap. They're soft. Albon, Sargent, Sonoda, DeVries. And DeVries is going right out. So I don't know why he didn't do anything. Hulkenberg doesn't show his tire yet. Soft. Magnussen doesn't show his tire yet. Soft. So all 6 showing tires are soft. Norris, soft. Piastri, soft. All 8 drivers showing tires are all soft, which I guess that will be a pattern. I'm guessing all 20 will show soft. I don't know the ins and outs of that. It used to be that the tire you ended on Q2 was what you had to start the race on. And I do believe that is now no longer. I thought you can start with any tire, no matter what you qualify with. I think. I don't know. I might be slightly off on that. So Albon, sector 2 shows purple. So he's got the fastest, of course, because he's the only one. And I don't know why it starts with 1. Yeah, but Daniel Ricciardo also is he's a reserve driver or a backup driver or something for someone, Ferrari, or he's in there somewhere, which is kind of cool. I'm glad he didn't completely leave, but I bet it's hard for him. He's got a heck of a personality, and yeah, it's too bad he didn't excel at McLaren. Okay, so now Albon and Sargent has sector 2 showing. Sargent is the fastest in sector 3. There's only 3, but he's still the fastest. Sargent is still after 4. I'm gonna. I hope the sector 1 is Albon, so hopefully they'll show a lap. And hopefully it's I don't see a time yet. So anyway, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Golly, they keep changing. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 12 show tires, all soft, and then the other 8 do not show anything. Perez, Alonso, Stroll, Hamilton, Gasly, Russell, Ocon. No tires yet, so they're still in the garage. And on TV, it shows 5. I think I said 6. So I'm sure there's delays. Verstappen just went in. So the TV shows 4 still in the garage. Allo, Stroll, Gas, Ocon. So yeah, there's a delay. So Verstappen's about to go up. Okay, so Albon has posted the first time 130.167. Sargent did 129.7. He was the fastest on all 3 sectors. It's fairly new, but for sector 1, looks like there's about 10 times, so he's the fastest. There's 6 times for sector 2, and he's the fastest. And for sector 3, there's only 2 times, but he's the fastest. Go Sargent! Sargent is the only American in Formula 1. Sargent still number 2. There's 4 times. Sargent, Hülkenberg, Albon, Magnussen, Tsunoda, now 5. So Hülkenberg is plus 0.154. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. For people that don't know how qualifying works in Formula 1, there's 3 sessions, Quali 1, Quali 2, Quali 3. Quali 1 is 18 minutes. Quali 2 is 15 minutes. Quali 3 is 12 minutes. 18, 15, 12. So all 20 cars start in Quali 1. They all go around the track and just try to do a fastest lap. And then the 5 slowest drop. And then for Quali 2, 15 cars just try to do the fastest. It's not like NASCAR. NASCAR, the first one to cross the line, it's weird how they do quali where they just do a fastest lap. Everybody individually does a fastest lap. So Quali 2 has 15 cars, and then at the end of it, the 5 slowest drop, and then there's 10. So there's 10 cars in the final qualifications, Quali 3, and then they just ride for the pole. So 20 to 15, 15 to 10, 10 to 1 is how it works. 18 minutes, 15 minutes, 12 minutes. So it's pretty cool stuff. I almost like qualies more than races sometimes. There's more interaction. They won't count these people. 3, 6. There's 9 times. Hülkenberg's on top. Albon, Magnussen, Bottas, Norris, Piastri. He just disappeared. Hülkenberg, Leclerc just went second. Ocon following shows us the top 18 show tires. I think Alonso and Stroll is still no time, and they're parked. They're the ones we want to excel. I don't know what they're doing. I hope it's not a problem. Perez, where is Perez? He has number 2. That's sector 2. There he is. So sector 2 is the fastest. So Verstappen has the quickest sector 1. Perez has the quickest sector 2. And let's see who does 3. It just changed. Someone just beat him. So there's a delay. But so Perez, sector 3 was the fastest. Perez went up to the top. So TV is in front of my live timing. That is so strange. Sorry about that. Russell went to 3rd. There are 14 times. 4 with tires, but no times. 15 with times. So 3 with tires, but no times. And then 2 with no tires are times. So in parking, according to the TV, is Albon, Sargent, the 2 Williams, and then the 2 Aston Martins, Allo and Stroll. Verstappen went fastest on all 3 sectors for a 1:28.761. Holy moly. And Perez is exactly a half a second behind. Exactly, to the thousandth of a second. Half a second. Ooh-hoo-hoo. Hulkenberg 1.1. And then 1.3, 1.3, wait, I'm sorry. Perez is a half a second behind. And then 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.5, 1.6, 1.6, 1.8, 1.9, 2.3. And then Sargent is 39 seconds behind. Oh my goodness, what happened there? So 15 with times. Allo and Stroh is showing an outlap, so let's see what their tires are. Everybody is soft. So 15 with times, 16 with times, 4 with now. Gasly, Ocon, Allo, and Stroh have no times. Gas and Ocon. Did I say Ocon? I think I said Allo. Anyway, Gas and Ocon, no times, and Allo and Stroll, no times. TV says no time for Gas and Ocon, which means it's not an outlap, and then the other 2, it says outlap. Lando, 12th. They're showing him for some reason. I hope McLaren and he improve. I hope. In the quality, we see who really drive fast and doesn't have fear. Oh, man. This is, yeah, I mean, you know everything. It has the most corners. It's the second fastest. It's the second longest. It has 3 DRSs. And it seems like everybody agrees that it's the most dangerous. So you're right. They don't have fear. This is, but it's urban circuit. So the fair stay and more in this circuit. But nothing like Monaco circuit. That circuit is the best urban circuit and the most featured for the drivers. It's really intense. It's super short. It's super tight. You know, everybody's. So currently they have elimination zone. It's a little too early. We still have 8 minutes left. Plus they finished their last lap. But 7:57 to go. Elimination zone is Gasly, Ocon, Sargent, Allo, Stroh. So the first 3 have a time. Sargent is, like I said, plus 37 seconds for some reason. Ocon is plus 13 seconds. They shouldn't really count those. And then Allo and Stroll still has no time. Come on, Allo, get up there. Do something. In the quali, we see who really drives fast and doesn't have fear. You are right. Dev, okay, a little change. So, but it's still 3 with times. Sargent is okay. Now we're okay. Stroh just went up to 14th. I'm going to wait until Allo gets a time. Are we on Allo? We are on Allo. And they don't have opportunities to pass the other drives. So Monaco is so excited and more impressive circuit for the difficult. Yeah, boy, is that something else. You could be a technical advisor. I wonder if you can do a track so that you work with all 10 teams technically instead of working with one team. Sounds like you really like Monaco. I think 3 or 4 or 5 of the drivers live in Monaco. So maybe you could be Monaco's technical advisor or consultant so that you work with all 10 teams and all 20 drivers instead of just one team and 2 drivers. Anyway, sorry. Okay, so Sarge. Okay, so Aloe has placed the lap, but it's still plus 18. Anyway, okay, so Norris is current. I usually say who's 14th and 15th because they're on the cusp. They're about to be dropped out. So 14th is Stroh, 15th is Norris. The ones in elimination so far is Tsunoda, De Vries, Gasly, Alonso, and Sargent. Alonso just has to improve his time, and he's done sector 1 and 2. He's about to do sector 3. And I'm gonna go off screen here to see if it really is. Shoo, boom. Alonso went to 4th. Let's see. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 8, 1,000, 9, 1,000, 10, 1,000, 11, 12, 13, 14, 1,000. So 14 seconds or 15 seconds. So my live timing, I guess I have probably too many windows open. It's usually live. I might reboot it during the break. Or not just refresh it, not reboot it. Sergeant, okay, your lap was deleted for track limits. Turn 27. 27, you go off or something. I didn't see what he said. That's our American. That's our lone American talking back. I wish I saw the quote. I'm watching too many things. Oh, race day. I ought to remember to look over to NASCAR. Ryan Blaney's on top, and then Joey Logano. I don't know if that's current. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like they haven't redone that. Anyway. Yellow flag. I don't know what it was for. Just said yellow flag. And I'm sure it's not testing like the last 2 days or yesterday. Drivers. Okay, so Stroh just left. So Ocon is the one on the cusp. Bottas and Ocon is 14th and 15th. And then Norris, Tsunoda, De Vries, Gas, and Sargent are the bottom 5. Someone stopping on the track there. Looked like Mercedes. The yellow is done, so I guess they got moving. Oh, man. Looks like Logan Sargent. Logan Sargent, big lockup. Well, he was pissed off about, getting the lap deleted. So I'm sure that was all emotion that did that. So I guess, So, yeah, 4 examples. Char lives in Monaco, Toto Wolff, and another 3 pilots. The rest live in Australia, England or Australia. I know, yeah, multiple. So you're saying there's 4 pilots. Yeah, I knew there were. That's what I was going to say, 3 to 4 pilots in Monaco. I mean, if they can live anywhere in the world and they probably have the budget, and why not live in the most glamorous or gorgeous or prestigious city in the world? So the city and country and state, it's all in one. 2 minutes to go. 14th and 15th is Bottas and Ocon. And the elimination, they only show through, there it is. Now it's all 20. So the elimination thus far is Norris, Tsunoda, De Vries, Gas, and Sargent. Sargent's still on an outlap, but he's got to change his tires. He slid too much. Ocon is cruising. He's doing something. But he's 15th. He's got to ship it up. He's got to go somewhere. So, okay, so what do we got here? Okay, I want to look at the NASCAR thing. They're showing a truck. They're showing Zane Smith's truck. So I guess qualifications is done. 117 it probably is. Roger Stone is speaking. Man, everybody is speaking about Trump. Oh, he's a jerk. That driver, I hate. Everybody knows who I hate. I won't mention who it is. So I'm trying to find who's on the poll. Joey Logano wins the poll for the Cup race Sunday. Bell Spans on his second. No. He will probably shortly show the top 10. I wish I knew. But yeah, I guess the truck race is about to start. Let me look. So for the truck, TV shows are 1 and 2 o'clock, and then the green flag is 2:13. So 55 minutes is green flag for the truck. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series 2023 Freight 208 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's on FS1. But I'll probably be aware of that and watch the live timing, but I'll probably be watching basketball over there. Okay. So quite a few checkered flags. Currently, Albon is 15th, and then Piastri, Norris. Okay, Sonoda just moved. So Albon, Piastri, Norris, De Vries, and Sargent are the bottom 5. There's quite a few checkered flags, but not, maybe half of them have checkered flags. So De Vries and Norris is parked. So he, of course, is 19th. And Piastri is 17th. So McLaren is still dumping a load on the track. So Sonoda, Albon, De Vries, Norris. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 people. So Ocon, Gasly, and Sargent supposedly. So Gasly and Sargent can still do a time. They're not really noticing where Sargent is. Do you know in Mexico, Carlos Sainz, like Carlos Graves, it's because Carlos Sainz is popular when drive. Go to the Grave. Is Grave? I think Grave is serious, but I think Grave is also grave. Do you mean he drives like he's going to his death? Do you know in Mexico, you call Carlos Sainz like Carlos El Graves? It's because Carlos Sainz, it's popular when drive, go to the Grave. Do you mean grave? You do mean the grave. Oh, my goodness. So he's so risky and dangerous and stuff that you all call him Carlos El Graves. Wow, you're kidding. Man. Because I think Graves means serious, right? Doesn't the word mean serious? So they're on a commercial. Let's see if I covered everything. Let's see here. So yellow flag. I don't know why they say yellow flag. I guess that's just what happened. So I don't really care about the top 15. So 14th and 15th that were on the cusp is Gasly and Bottas, and the bottom 5, which I think is currently the bottom 5. But with the yellow flag, I can't read 20th, which I think is, Logan Shepard. Is it Shepard? That doesn't sound right. So anyway, Sargent. I knew Shepard wasn't right. So, okay, the bottom 5, they eliminated. Sonoda, Albon, DeVries, Norris, Sargent. That's 2. No, it's just 1. Piastri got to 11th. So it's only 1 McLaren. Sonoda and DeVries are the same team. So 2 of that team. Logan is 20th because he didn't do something really well, but his Albon, where's Albon, is 17. Wow, the colors don't look the same. Okay, so 17 and 20 is Williams. 16 and 18 is whoever Sonoda and DeVries are, same team. And then Norris was the only McLaren. So 2 teams twice. Now they're going to restart. They take I think it used to say exactly 7-minute. Carlos Sainz. Now, you mean junior, right? I didn't ask if you meant Carlos Sainz Jr. or Senior, which I kind of know both. I know Carlos Senior with whatever he does, the Dakar. I think he's mostly known for Dakar. But Carlos Sainz it's popular in Mexico because when he lost the control and he goes into the grave. Gravel. Carlos Sainz is popular in Mexico because when he lost the control and he goes to the gravel. So you're trying to say, I don't know if you can hear me better or type me better. Are you saying gravel like rocks? Gravel. I type it. Sorry, it's going to be all over the screen. I type it once and it goes 4 times. So I didn't. I usually read it. Are you saying grave like death or gravel like rocks? Yes, I try to say that. Yeah, I don't think there's a typo in there. Anyway, fascinating story. That's really amazing to hear, that like rocks. Oh, whew. I thought you were saying grave. I thought you were saying like he drives as if he's going to not live through the race. I thought you were saying grave in the ground. So gravel, that's, you still don't want to race in the gravel. That's for sure. Gravel is usually failure. Usually you can't get out of the gravel and you have to be towed out and then you have to get out of your car and then you can't keep racing. But gravel's, I think it just went green flag. It just went green flag for quali 2. So now 5 people were eliminated and now there's 15 drivers. Same thing. All 15 try to do their best lap independently, just with themselves. I still don't get that. Sorry, I don't know that haggis. Sorry for that. No, Louis, your English is great. I think it was mostly about me. I was like, oh, I hope they don't say Gravis, and I don't know how to pronounce that word, but you said Carlos de Gravis, but gravel is just as bad. I mean, not just as bad, but yeah, gravel's bad. That's he probably doesn't want that nickname, right? So it shows 14:10 left in quali 2. So it just started 52 seconds ago. So let me go off screen. It appears that all 15 have soft tires and no sector 1, 2, and 3s yet. The names are moving around, but no sectors yet. I'm not really sure why they keep moving around. I would love to, speaking of what, Yeah, because the circuit has gravel with rock to the car. Stay here. Doesn't care more accident. Yo, man, because they can't get out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, gravel is no fun for sure. For sure. But yeah, that's pretty wild. Does he are you able to do you know what Carlos thinks of his nickname? He probably doesn't like his nickname, right? So what was I going to say? Something about the times, I think. Okay, Joe shows sector 2 and 3. Bottas shows sector 2 and 3. So Joe hopefully will do the first time, I think. Alonso went to the top. Hulkenberg is second from top, just preliminarily. Allo and Stroh, 1-2. But anyway, I want to see the first time. I always like to post. Joe will probably be the first time. Joe shows sector 1, so the time should be pretty soon. And then Bottas is right after that. So I'm looking for best time, best time, best time. Best time, best time. It's still not showing it. Looks like Alonso might be the first one with a time. Maybe Stroh. It should have been Joe. Come on, Joe. Where's your time? Maybe we have to wait a whole nother lap. Anyway, it's 12 minutes and 4 seconds left. 11:48 on the TV. No times yet. No times yet. Joe went to the top, but no time. Bottas went to the top, but no time. Alonso went to the top, but no time. Joe, 1:30.262 with 11 minutes and 35 seconds to go. So, it takes, whatever that is, 3 minutes and a half to get the first time. That's a long time. When a lap is a minute and a half and it takes 3.5 minutes to get it, that's a lot of wasted time. Okay, so Alonso's on top now, 1:28.757. He's quickest on all three sectors, of course. He's just so there's 6 times, 7 times, 3, 6. So there's still 7 times. Alonso, Stroh, Ocon, Piastri, Bottas, Joe, and Hulkenberg. I love his name, Joe. Can you tell? So Alonso, 1:28.757. Stroh, plus 0.493. That's a big. Hulkenberg, plus 18 seconds. Leclerc is second. Woohoo! Plus 0.311. I feel bad for Ferrari and Leclerc. I don't really want them to win and stuff. But I want everybody to compete with Max. I don't like the domination. Max is the only one without a time. No, I'm sorry. 3 people have no time. Verstappen, Gasly, and Perez. Perez doesn't even have anything. Perez, 7 laps, 8 laps. What's Perez doing? Perez is doing something. What is Perez doing? Get out there. You got to get the pole. Do you know what the complete name of Carlos Sainz is? No, I do not. I know there's Carlos Sainz Sr. and Carlos Sainz Jr., but no, I don't know it. He probably has multiple middle names, right? It's probably like 8 different names? No, I don't know. 4 different names? So it's way premature, but they're listing the elimination zone. It's Joe, Gasly, Verstappen. Yeah, really preliminary. Magnussen and Perez. Yeah, I mean, why did they even list that? Red Bull is not going to be eliminated. That would be great if Verstappen would be. Yeah, he has 8 different names. Oh, my goodness. Verstappen has a problem. I think he said engine. I didn't hear what word he said. Verstappen has a problem. He's in 3rd gear. He's on the left side of the track. People are passing him. 42 miles an hour. He's on the curb. I mean, he's on the apron. Yellow flag, sector 2. It's probably Max. Green flag, track clear. I don't know what happened. That was quick. Nils helmet, Marco. Going to start doing his screaming and stuff. Hey, what happens with Perez and Max? Yeah, it says Perez has no time, but that's probably because the yellow. Okay, they're showing it right now. He's going. Oh, there was a rev. Transmission, probably. Sounds like he was trying to go from gear to gear. You know, when you're in neutral and it revs, sounded like that. But I mean, they don't have pedals. You know, they have it on their, you know, it's on their steering wheel. It's not a paddle either on the back of the steering wheel like we would have on our car. I think it's in the front. I think it's a button you push. Boom, 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 boom. I'm pretty sure. So Verstappen has a time plus 21.1. Perez is kicking butt. I mean, he's still got 2 green. Come on, Perez. I mean, Perez won't be eliminated, but I don't think he'll be top 3. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I don't think he'll be top 3. 119, 120. It's going for 120.757. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Perez is number 2, 128.87 something. Then they cut it off. So Piastri is at risk, 10th. They are working on Red Bull. Wow. Engineers are pushing each other and screaming at them, and woo, they're upset about that car. Piastri, 10. Eliminated risk right now is Sands. He's in the pit. He's pit. So with 6 minutes and 13 seconds left, Sands, Bottas, Zhou, Hülkenberg, and Verstappen is number 20. Verstappen, he's getting out of the car. Max just got out of the car. Max Verstappen just got out of the car. I do believe when you get out of the car, you cannot continue moving your car. I think you're done when you get out of the car. There's only 2 cameras on there. There should be 40 cameras on him. He's walking away. He's walking away. 15th. He's going to start 15th. And he's going to weigh himself. Oh, my goodness. This is exactly what I prayed for. Adrian Newey, Red Bull's chief engineer, or one of the top dudes that's the genius for them. Carl Sands, where's he? They're showing him. I'm going off the, Perez. Let's see here. So we have 5 minutes, 7 seconds. They're showing Sands for a reason. He's 11th. He went off the apron. Back on. So the cutoff, okay, so there's 4 minutes, 38 seconds, which is faster than Sargent. Came up as 20th for some reason. Oh, okay. Yeah. Verstappen is 15th. Okay, so 10th, who's on the cusp for elimination, but still in. Piastri is 10th. That's McLaren. And then Sands, Bottas, Zhou, Hülkenberg, and Verstappen are currently the 5 that are being eliminated. Wow. Sands and Verstappen. Sands and Verstappen. OMG. Whoa. Yeah, no kidding. Whoa. Is that how I pronounce that? I like to get voice inflection. I like to do it the way you want to say it. Whoa. That's exactly what I prayed for. I prayed for that, and I got it. Now I feel bad. Piastri is still 10th. Sands, Okay, 3 minutes and 33 seconds, which is not, it's, I probably need to bring the energy down. I'm pretty hyped up because of Max. Hamilton went up to 5th, but this is qualifying too. He just needs to be top 10. So Mercedes is 5th and 7th. Ferrari is 3rd and 11th. Sainz is 11th. Leclerc is 3rd. That's cool. So it's Allo, Perez, Leclerc. I think I picked Sainz. I think I picked Allo, Perez, and Sainz as my podium. Golly, Allo, number 1 still. But this is quali 2. We don't want it. Someone just went to the top. Who was that? Someone just went to the top. Let me go off screen so I can see it. Alonso. Okay, that was done before, except it seemed like it changed. I don't know what happened. So I'm off screen. I can't read everything. So Alonso's in an unknown tire. It's whitish, but that doesn't mean it has to be hard. It still has a question mark. Alonso's the fastest, but he's on an unknown tire. It's got a white circle, but that does not assume hard. It's just white. Carlos Honora is Carlos Sainz's manager. You know Carlos Honora? They showed him from Ferrari, I think. Carlos Honora, but Frederic Vasseur. I did a short about Frederic Vasseur. He doesn't know Italian and he laughs too much. I think that's a little too intense, or you know, not intense enough for let's go, Perez. Of course, this is quali 2. Being second is fine. So he's kicking butt. So Charles Leclerc gets a power unit failure last week, 2 weeks ago, and everybody's like, oh, that's horrible. And here's Red Bull with something. Yes. Yes. Poof. Max starts 15th. Max starts 15th. All that testosterone, all that machismo. He's 15th. Okay, what do we got? Minute 0. So time is 0, but everybody, you know, there's 2, 4. There's 6, 7. Anyway, there's still a bunch of people coming out. Sainz is out? No, not yet. I mean, he's 14th. Wait, this is Q2. Yeah, this is Q2. I don't show Sainz with a final lap yet. Sainz went to 4th. Sainz went to 4th. So he's in. So elimination zone, which it's not done yet. Perez is still showing a time. So currently it's Joe, Magnussen, Bottas, Gas, and Verstappen. It is for sure Verstappen. But Perez just went number 1, 128.635. Perez is number 1. This is Q2, so he has to repeat it next session. Gas went to 10th. So Hülkenberg went down to elimination. There's still Piastri. It looks like Piastri is the only one that could possibly have a time. He may not have a time. So currently the elimination zone is Hülkenberg, Zhou, Guan Yu, Magnussen, Bottas, and Verstappen. So that's 2 Haas's and 2 Zhou and Bottas. So Sands, yeah, sorry, I was the time wasn't done yet, and Sands was in the bottom 4. So Leclerc and Sands is 3 and 4. They might be showing up finally, and together, Sands is always 1 or 2 or 3 positions below Leclerc. So anyway, I think Piastri was done. What are those names? How do they keep taking them off? Let's go Checo. And they're going off screen. They won't show the 5. So I'm off screen. Let me look at it. So number 10 is on, Gasly. 10th is Gasly. He's still in P3 or whatever, quali 3. And the 5 eliminated is Hülkenberg, Zhou, Magnussen, Bottas, Verstappen. So there's a Red Bull, 2 Haas's, and I will never remember Zhou and Bottas's team. Alfa Romeo. Do you think I'll remember? Alfa Romeo, which is Zhou and Bottas. So 2 Alfa Romeos, 2 Haas's, and 1 Red Bull. The Red Bull, not just any Red Bull. The Red Bull. Ha ha ha, don't worry, but I see you. Carlos Sainz is your favorite driver. No. I get excited about a lot of people. Since I'm media, I have to say I love all 20 of my drivers the same, but that's not true. Everybody has favorites, but I have to look at the list. Let me look at the list. I love Perez. I want Allo to win. Probably Alonso might be my temporary favorite. I just want Sainz to do the same as Leclerc. I want Ferrari to show up. Hamilton, I'm cheering him on as a underdog. Zhou, I love his name. Zhou Guan Yu, I love his name, but he won't be at the top. Yuki Tsunoda probably is my favorite, but he'll never win. And that's about it. So I don't know who I said. I don't have a real strong. I did like Max for the first and second time that he won, but now it's just too cocky. And like I said, if I was around in depth with Mercedes after they, but anyway, yeah, I get excited about a lot of people. Carlos Sainz. Uh-oh, someone responded. I bet the screams were harsh, but yeah, you're right. It's all one team, so the mechanic is Max. Woo-hoo! So quali 3's coming up. They, it used to be a formal. Let me look at other stuff. Oh, okay. Let me go off screen. Let me print up. I don't see a J-ski. Starting lineup. Let me get that going. Yeah, Yeah, of course it's tight. Why did they ask him stupid questions? I don't like the word stupid. Sorry I said it, guys. So I changed my printer head. So it always asks me if I'm sure I want to. So Haley Deegan's on the TV. She's in a Chevrolet truck going around for the truck race. Come on, give me this starting lineup. This is for NASCAR Cup Series. That was that qualifying. We saw the first round, but not the second one. So Joey Logano is on the pole. Joey, Austin, Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski, Eric Murillo, Kevin Harvick. That's cool. So 147. So quali 3, it still shows 12 minutes. So you're entitled to 4 gearboxes for the season. So he won't be penalized if he picks another. Where is he talking? Voice of Max Verstappen. Wow, that's weird to not see him while they're talking to him. Okay, quali 3. So what do you think? Alonso and wait, number 2 is wait, okay, they're going out 10:40. Wow, it started a minute 23 seconds ago. Where was I? How did I miss that? So I wish they kept the old times, but they can't because they got to put in the new times. But Perez, Stroll, and Piastri are still parked. The other 7 look like they're starting to do something. So what do you think, Louis? Do you think Alonso, Leclerc, Sainz? What do you think? Do you think Leclerc is going to mix it up with him? No, not Leclerc. Who do you want? Sainz. You want Perez. That's why I'm confused. Now Perez is at the bottom, but he was second, right? So I think it was Alonso first, Perez second. So do you think Perez is going to get Alonso? You know, are they going to? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? I think Perez is your driver. Screens, word, harsh. Perez is out. Yes. Are you watching it, by the way? I assume you're watching it. So Gas has the highest time so far, 129.655. Allo just went to the top, 128.925. Perez has an out lap. So TV shows 6 no times and 1 out lap. Stroll and Piastri is still parked. And then Leclerc, Sainz, Russell, and Ham show no time. Sainz just got a time. So Leclerc just went to the top, 128.757. So hopefully Russ and Hamilton might get to the top. I hope Hamilton gets to the top. Oh, no. Oh, no. So Leclerc's on top, but I mean, a ton of people haven't, Perez just hasn't. Anyway, Hamlin, Perez, no time, 6. So there's now 5 with no times, but 2 are parked. Stroll and Piastri is parked for some reason. And I'm still, let me go off screen. I still assume my TV is ahead. So let's see here. So 740, 725. So yeah, TV 21. So is 14 seconds fast. 6 of the 10 have times. Leclerc, Alonso, Hamilton, Ocon, Leclerc, Russell, Alonso, Hamilton, Ocon, Sainz, Gasly, and Perez and Stroll have no time. I'm sorry, Perez, Stroll, and Piastri. Alonso. So currently he is on top. Perez is 128.265, and he's almost a half a second ahead of Leclerc. So Stroll and Piastri still have to place a time, and then probably everybody is going to do 1 more lap, at least, if not 2 more laps. Check damage, exit turn 10, hit the curb pretty aggressively. Russell. So Russell got 3rd, but he hit the curb, so that's not good. 5:36 according to my screen. I think I really want Perez stay on the pole, but Alonso and Leclerc have too many opportunities, but more Alonso for the Aston RB19. I think I follow all that. Yeah, I mostly want Alonso, but Perez, I love Perez, and I want Perez not to just be the second driver to Max. Bottas was number 2 to Hamilton always. And I don't want Perez to do that. I want Checo to be higher than number 2. But the important here is Gasly finally stay on Q3, maybe not on pole, but finally stay in P3. Yeah, Austin Tori. No, what's their name? Anyway, yeah, it's AlphaTauri. Is that it? I think it's AlphaTauri. Alpine. I'm sorry, Alpine. You heard great things about Alpine, and then they never showed up. So yeah, finally. See you, Checo. So there's 4 minutes, 7 seconds. Top 5 are parked. Perez, Leclerc, Russell, Allo, and Hamilton are parked. Ocon, Sainz, and Gas have outlaps, and Stroll and Piastri still has no times. Let me go off screen here. See if they're Stroll and Piastri finally has sector 1, and Piastri has sector 2. So Piastri is 9th, but that's, probably, I think your first lap is never your fastest. I think your second one will be always faster. For whatever, it just seems like I think pit road comes out at a weird place or something. Stroll gets 5th. So they now all have times. 3:17 to go, so I'm sure everybody's going to do a lap. But it's Perez, Leclerc, Russell, Allo, Stroll, Hamilton, Ocon, Sainz, Gas, Piastri. So Gas not only is in Q3, but he's 9th. Go Gasly! But the important here is Gasly finally stay on Q3. Maybe not on pole, but finally stay on Q3. Go Alpine. Okay, he's just going out. One of the Ferraris just went out. I think Leclerc. Perez is about to go out. He's got his tires covered. Tires are uncovered. He leaves. So Perez is back out on track. Actually, I'm scared with Leclerc and Alonso. Yeah, these are tight. I mean, I think everybody got excited once Max was out because then they're like, wow, I could get pole. But yeah, Perez could. Leclerc can always do something. Allo could do something. Russell and Hamilton and Sainz could probably do something. That's a lot of renewed, motivation. Carlos Sainz, let's see what he's doing. I guess he's 8th. Oh my goodness. Mercedes blocked him. So 137 left. Allo, let's see what Allo's doing. They're going to show sector 1 in about a second. He's 300ths, 32 thousandths behind Perez. So I guess he might be second. Wait, I don't see Piastri. Yeah, Piastri is, and plus he's McLaren. So yeah, rookie and McLaren. He's currently shown as 10th, but he's close. Gasly is plus 1.39 and Piastri is plus 1.445. So it's pretty damn close. So that's good. Allo. So he's trying to hit 128. So it's 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128. I don't see the time. How come they don't show the time? Allo's second currently. Stroll, Hamilton, and Leclerc are still doing stuff. Stroll has the quickest S1. Wow, sector 1. Stroll has the quickest sector 1. So sector 2, he's just a green, so not as good, but still okay. So time is now 0, and so everybody's got to finish the lap they're on, as long as they pass start finish line before the checkered flag. Lance Stroll 5th. So Stroll, Ocon, and Piastri and Gas all have checkered flags. The other 6 do not. So Perez, Allo, Leclerc, Russell, and Sainz are still to come. Leclerc just did second. He went above Allo. So we have Perez, Allo, and Sainz are the 3 left. Sainz. Sainz went to 5th. I guess I keep saying it the wrong way. Okay, sorry, I'm off screen and I was doing a couple of things. Sorry about that. So 20 seconds left. I am so scared in this moment. But Perez won. Let's go. Let's go. This is the Mexican way. Woohoo! Leclerc got a 10 place grid penalty because of his power unit failure. Woohoo! So I picked him for pole and I'm picking him for the race. I know Max will be, determined or pissed or whatever. And he can get up there. I mean, he's 15th. It's a dangerous track. And there's 3 DRSs and you can't see anything of who's in front of you or who's behind you. But he could get up there, but I don't think he's going to. I hope. Again, it's back to the hoping. I hope Max does not win. I hope that he doesn't get a podium. So I hope 3 people stay in front of him. So I guess that means you haven't listened to my Ferrari short then yet, right? Wait a minute, I'm gonna go off screen here. Six, 7, 8. So I'm just curious, how many of my 8 shorts have you watched yet? I know you commented on one, I think. So I'm just curious, how many of my 8 shorts have you watched yet? I think you commented on the Mercedes. But thanks. So I'm just curious, how many of my 8 shorts have you watched yet? I agree your assessment about Perez, and also he hasn't won the race yet. So Max could definitely advance to, as close as first, but probably till up to 4th or 5th. Sorry, I'm off screen. Sorry. So I'm going through some transition here. So I don't totally follow Liza. So it's like when I don't totally follow Liza. So it's when I ask if you've seen my shorts yet. Is that what you mean, nagging you? Sorry, I guess I'll have to get to the truck race and the I guess that means you haven't listened to my Ferrari short. Okay. All right. So I'll probably need to print that up. I don't know if that's ready yet. So let's stop that screen. The truck starts. The truck starts at 2:13, which I guess is in a minute. But let me look at that. What's it called? No, that's not what I want. Here, this is what I want. Oh man, San Diego blew them away. So let's present, share screen. Uh-oh, I guess I already had it. Okay, sorry, I grabbed this before. So sorry, Louie, I drifted away there. I'm going to do the basketball and then the truck. Anyway, so let me go off screen wherever it is. There it is. So okay, so the second round started today. There's 8 games today, 8 games tomorrow. So second round, the first game started. It's San Diego State is ahead 69-45 to Furman, a 5th seed to 13th seed. There's 3 minutes and 25 seconds left in the second half. That's on CBS. That's about over. That's a blowout, 22 points. The next game is Duke and Tennessee. Tennessee 4th, Duke 5th. It's at 2:40 on CBS, which is in about, I mean, that's an estimate, the 2:40, and the way they come up with it exactly is when the first game is over. I think they add 30 minutes. So, it's going to at least be 2:44 if it ended now, but there's still 3 minutes left. So probably 2:54 is when it will finally be on. But yeah, that's the next one. And then Kansas, Arkansas, and Missouri, Princeton, Houston, Auburn, Texas, Penn State, UCLA, Northwestern, Albany, Alabama, Maryland. And then, so that's that. Let me stop that screen. Let me look at NASCAR. The Trucks Race Center. Lap 2. Woohoo! Woohoo! This is the American way. Woohoo! Let's go! Let's go! That sounds like football, right? I am so scared in this moment, but he did it. 20 seconds left. Wait, I don't see Piastri. The rookie stayed on Q3. Go Piastri! Amen. Okay, so I don't want to see all that stuff. What am I supposed to show? I'm confused. I've got too much going on here. So okay, so let's go to NASCAR. So present, share screen, share screen. So I think Zane Smith was on the pole. Yeah, Zane Smith, Tom Majeski, Ben Rhodes, and Christian Eckes were top 4, but Christian is in front now. Stage 1 of 3, it's lap 5 of 30. Wait, that's on the screen, right? Okay, yeah, that's on screen. So let me go off screen. So Christian Eckes, Zane Smith, Grant Enfinger, Matt Captain, and Matt DiBenedetto. Cool. So let's see. So I guess I want to do CBS. So let me figure out my TV. Sorry about that. And it's a blowout, but So San Diego's ahead 69-47 to Furman, and there's 2 minutes, 6 seconds left in the second half. So it's a huge blowout. That's a bummer. I think my iPad has the truck race on it. I wonder if anybody has IMSA. I think IMSA starts at 4:30. I think it's on something. See? Sorry, guys. I'm all over the place. Friday. No, this is Saturday. So at 4:30, the IMSA 12 Hours of Sebring race goes to USA Network. So at 4:30, I think it's on Peacock now. Yeah, 10 a.m. it's on Peacock, but at 4:30 it goes to USA Today. So I might cover something like that, but I don't really know. Woohoo! Okay, minute 17 left. So right, second round MBBA. So okay, the qualifying for Saudi Arabian's done. I probably need to print that up when it's done. Key practice. Whoa. Trucks are going. So let's see here. Let's go to that Formula One. Let's go to that Formula One. Schedule. Saudi Arabia. Go down to the qualifying results. Is that already there? I might want to wait a few hours because there'll be all right, guys, I'm walking through the printing here. The game's over. San Diego State won. First Sweet 16 since 2014. They say these stats as if it's like forever ago. Okay. So I'm printing that. It'll be making some printing noises. Sorry about that. All right, guys. I think I'm going to take a break, try to figure out the rest of the day's schedule, get a few things cleared out of my head. What's today? Saturday. 2/23. Okay. All right. So thank you so much, Lewis. Thank you for all your participation. I appreciate it. I'm going to most likely do the race. Tomorrow's schedule, roughly, I don't have it scheduled yet, but the race is from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I guess for you, that'd be 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. But preseason, I'm going to just talk about my time frame. The pre-shows, 11:30 a.m., 12 p.m., 12:55 p.m., and then 1 o'clock is the race, and then 1 to 3. And then Cup Series, their TV shows are 1:30, 2, 3, and Red Flag is 3:19. So there's going to be a lot of overlap between those two. And in Albany, the basketball, the NCAA tournament, it's 6:10 and 8:40 for Albany, which I will probably try to go to. Maybe, probably, could be, possibly. I don't know, but hopefully I will. So anyway, that's kind of what it looks like for tomorrow. I'll probably do something later today. At NASCAR Xfinity Series it's 4, 4:30, 5, 5:19 is checkered flag. So I'll probably aim toward that, 4 or 4:30 or 5, or at least by 5 for the 5:19. So I'll probably do that tonight as the Xfinity series. I thought I was going to do the truck too, but this is a little too overwhelming. I need to clear my head on a couple of things and then go from there. So I do appreciate it. Thank you very much for all the live viewers and spectators and streamers. And oh my goodness. Okay. So thank you so much. I appreciate all the live viewers. I really appreciate comments and engagement that way, and especially all the different platforms and stuff. And we can go for there. I would love for people to check out my shorts. I'm probably going in the direction of shorts, or at least focusing on shorts for some things. That's been, I currently have 8 of them. Let's see here. So shorts. Shorts, reels. Oh, got to put the shorts, reels. Anyway, I wish this stuff was, these links would be, they are in YouTube, but you can't use them elsewhere. Okay. Well, yeah, I'd love if you could check out my short reels. That's a different thing I'm doing through StreamYard. Goes to 4 destinations, my 2 YouTubes and a Facebook page for reels, and Instagram, which I can't do Instagram on this live right here, but I can do Instagram for reels. So it's pretty cool. They're all 60 seconds. They're the exact same. So those 4 destinations, I mean, you can follow me on all of them and subscribe to all of them and stuff. But if you watch the short, it would be the exact same short. They might have format differences, but the 4 shorts are the exact same thing. So I'm not asking you to watch all 4. I don't. I get a little uncomfortable asking you to watch anything, but it'd be nice if you could watch some of my shorts. So anyway, okay. Going to do my usual, hit broadcast twice. Comments are still going. I'm going to check my destinations or platforms. And then at the end of that, I'm going to hit leave platform. Then the comments will be done. So let's thank everyone. Louis. Thank you, Louis. And everyone. Wow, the light is just perfectly bad. Thank you, Louis, and everybody, I meant to say. That's it, everything. Thank you, Louis, and everyone. See you later. So I write it once, but it posts 4 times. So anyway, okay. So I'm going to count down for the first end broadcast and then count to the next one. And then it takes about 3 seconds to end. So I'm going to hit end broadcast in 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to hit it again in 3, 2, 1. And then it's going to have 3 or 4 seconds. Like I said, I haven't checked my end of my video. So in 3, 2, 1.